My next
Old
story
age, I'm gonna say
is
old
also a
age.
short
I'll
one.
work a little harder in this one, I hope. Okay.
And it's about a veteran soldier called F, they didn't give a name, has been found not guilty of murders on Bloody Sunday. A judge delivered his verdict at Belfast Crown Court today on the 23rd of October. This is from Jonathan McCambridge on The Independent. A former paratrooper known as Soldier F has been found not guilty of committing 2 murders and 5 attempted murders on Bloody Sunday in Londonderry, 1972.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Delivering his judgment
long
at
time
Belfast
ago.
Crown Court, Judge Patrick Lynch said the evidence presented against the veteran fell well short of what was required for a conviction. Soldier F had been accused of the murders of James Ray and William McKinney on Bloody Sunday, regarding one of the darkest days of the Troubles in Northern Ireland. The veteran had also been accused of attempting to murder Michael Quinn, Patrick O'Donnell, Joseph Friel, Joe Mahon, and an unknown person. 13 people were killed when members of the parachute regiment opened fire on civil rights demonstrators in the city. The non-jury trial heard evidence across 4 weeks, which included statements by 2 soldiers, F's colleagues. Soldier F was present at Belfast Crown Court for each day of the trial, with his identity concealed behind a curtain in a courtroom. Because even if he's found not guilty, somebody will still think he's guilty and probably bomb his house. And that's not me being racist against Irish people. That's just me. I just know how idiots work. Hateful idiots work. I need somebody to pay. That guy.
Yeah.
He was there that day. Let's get him. Get him. Relatives of the men killed and supporters also attended each day of the trial. So there's, I guess, justice or not justice. Right. I guess for the people whose family members were killed, there's no justice for them here. I mean, it sounds like to me, this is a case of similar to how in Ukraine, or the Ukrainians were not extradited to Germany for blowing up the Nord Stream pipe. This was something that happened in a conflict, right? Maybe it wasn't an official war, the Troubles, right? For lack of a better term, it wasn't a civil war, but I'm sure a lot of people felt that it was. And opening fire on civilians as a military parachute regiment member probably gets you a court-martial, right?
Right.
Maybe not sends you to criminal court. Yeah. Maybe they did court-martial. Maybe that's what they should have asked for. Can you court-martial this guy? Did he pay for his? No, was. But the judge is saying there's not enough evidence to prove that he was the one who shot the, who took, fired the gun. There's no proof. Mm-hmm. He was there, but you can't just say, well, you were there when you were part of the group that committed the crime. You were there when the crime was committed. The end? You're guilty? No, that's not going to work. You have to actually prove he was pulling the trigger. And that's why it's impossible to convict any veterans of crimes or any military members of crimes, because it's just an internal matter. Like the military wants to keep it an internal matter. They don't want you to be trying to convict every single member of their regiment.
Military people end up in prison all the time, so I don't think it's impossible.
But just because he did something like this doesn't mean he's a danger to Irish society or something.
Is that the story? Are you just commenting?
Yeah, it's very short.
Oh, okay. Oh. Justice delayed is justice put off for 53 years. There's your metaphor.
Why not 50 more years, right? It's similar to that case about the helicopter crash where they're like, we're not going to tell you how the helicopter crash happened and why people died until 100 years after the event, where everyone who was alive, the family members were left behind.
You will find out when you're old lady, you will find out that JFK was shot from behind by a Secret Service agent who accidentally was raising his he was raising his semi-automatic AK-47 because there were shots from Lee Harvey Oswald. The car behind him raised his AK-47 and the car sped up and he accidentally discharged his weapon and blew the back of JFK's head off. There's plenty of evidence of this.
Okay, well, I guess I'll find that one. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right?
I watched the special.
All will be revealed in 100 years when nobody who was alive for the event will be anything.
I can even name the Secret Service agents who did it, right? But they're not going to release this till his children are dead. That's the actual thing that's going on. Because I watched a video about this and I was like, this is obviously what happened. This is obviously what happened because the Secret Service covered it up. Right? The Secret Service lost his brain, right? How did they lose his brain? Why was the Secret Service involved when the FBI should have been investigating it? The Secret Service is incompetent compared to the FBI. I'm not saying the FBI is great, but I'm just saying the Secret Service is incompetent compared to them. So again, the Secret Service covered up the JFK assassination because they're the ones that accidentally blew up the back of his head. And even RFK was part of the cover-up, right? Because he knows it too. He's like, well, it ain't going to bring him back. Blaming the Secret Service agent ain't going to bring him back. So once again, when you're compromised,
what's his name from the movie said, you can't handle the truth.
That's right. The truth is the Secret Service accidentally shot JFK. It's going to come out someday. I just know that's what happened. You look at the Zapruder
already.
If it wasn't for the Zapruder film, we wouldn't even know any of that, right? But the Zapruder film came out, and
I don't know why the tension started, but okay. Yeah.
I just say it. Well, we're talking about what happened in 1973, and we're looking at it through the lens of history instead of trying to gather facts, right?
Yeah.
But it's all been clouded by history and propaganda.
Well, and
all right, so let's go to the next
they'll just want to keep it internal.